let's play what's in the dumpster. Keegan told me yesterday when he picked this up, my driver, that there was the dynamic duo inside of the dumpster. I thought he meant, you know, like Batman, Robin, maybe Starsky and Hutch, but no, somebody else's superheroes. Why do I keep getting all of these? Blows my mind. Why not just, like, you know, modestly hide it a little bit? It's like they want me to know. Well, good for them. They're forever lost in a pile of garbage now. Oh, boys and girls, they got a new one for you. Holy moly. That one was a shocker. So right now I've got a bunch of debris that I'm combining. It was a super, super, super light dumpster. So I'm throwing it into another one that was a super, super light dumpster. And there was all this wire here, and it was kind of coming out of the edge. So I grabbed that wire to throw it in. No, it wasn't barbed wire, but somewhere on that wire, it's hooked up to a battery, because I believe that's actually part of an electric fence. And boy, did it get me. So, probably why they tell you to wear gloves when you handle stuff. But what I'm doing right now is just combining the rest of this junk that I kind of poured out because I needed to get somebody a 20-yard dumpster ASAP. So I'm gonna take a look at it. It looks pretty ratty. I don't like this stuff to sit behind my shop, so I'm picking it up really quick and getting it out of here. But boy, did that, got me, woke me up. Ready for the rest of the day, that's for sure. Oh, well, the only reason I needed to do that in the first place was because I got a call today for a 20-yard dumpster, and the only 20-yard dumpster I had was partially filled. I actually was supposed to pick one up this morning, get it emptied, and then get it to that person. But about 10 minutes before I show up, the person that I was picking the dumpster up from goes, "Hey, can I keep the dumpster another day? We're just not finished yet." And I'm, why couldn't you have called me like yesterday to let me know you might need it longer instead of 10 minutes before pickup time? Well, anyway, so good customer service. I said, yeah, that's fine, you know, cost an extra bit of money for it, but you can keep it if you want. They wanted to. And so then I had to haul all the way out to the shop where I had a partially filled dumpster that I was just going to fill with a bunch of dumpster bags. And I poured it out on the ground so that I could get it to somebody else. But then that same couple hours later, I picked up another dumpster that hardly had anything in it. Literally a couple tree branches and a couple other little ins and outs. I mean, it probably didn't weigh 250 pounds. So we topped it off with half a dumpster and then a couple dumpster bags, and there she wrote. So now that's pretty much the only thing that I have in here. I'm gonna go get it emptied real quick, guys, I know it's been a while since I posted, but things have been absolutely crazy. People have been renting the skidster nonstop. I've had the dumpster bags going out a lot, probably doing a handful of those every week, but with that I have to get them picked up. And then we're, you know, doing well over 10 dumpsters a week. We're up to 5 14-yard dumpsters, 5 20-yard dumpsters, but we'll do anywhere from 10 to 14 dumpsters a week, plus skidsters, plus dumpster bags, plus, you know, we did that mall cleanup a couple, I guess it's only been about a week and a half now. We did that, we're waiting on the check for it, but that job was done. And then we've got another garage tear up job lined up. We've got a dirt moving job lined up. It's amazing when you are doing this business, how many people just come to you and go, "Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do this? Hey, I don't know if you do this," but it honestly comes down to building a brand. Some of the best jobs that have come to me have nothing to do with my normal business, or at least the best paying ones, because people just ask me, and it's because they are following the journey of my brand, and I love it. It works out really well, because then it opens up the opportunity for future jobs, or just, you know, future relationships that lead to much bigger jobs. I'm doing, I just did a plaster pickup. I picked up a dumpster for plaster. It was like a 3-ton load, which isn't super heavy, but I'm doing those consistently for one of the larger construction companies in town that does like remodels, and one of their biggest remodel things are bathrooms and kitchens, which typically have a lot of plaster in them in these old homes around us. So those jobs are pretty consistent, and it's just amazing. They're one of the biggest ones in town, and I'm doing business with them all the time, so I make sure to keep up with them as quickly as I can, and you know, do the best customer service possible with them. But it's working out. It's been good. I know a lot of guys that are in the business right now that are a little worried about possible recession. School is back in session too here soon, so you got to kind of anticipate a slight dip possibly, but knock on wood, business has been good for me. I think one thing is different between others, like you see other people doing this business or any business at all, honestly, let's be real, is drive is a big factor. And you know, how are you advertising your business? Are you advertising yourself as this like single operation that does, you know, A to B, this is all we do, and you know, we're kind of under the table? Or are you a brand that people can connect with and grow with? I think that's a big factor in success of a business, and I think it's what separates a side hustle from a true business any day. All right, you guys ready for my number one biggest pet peeve? People that park in the diesel pump. So people that use the diesel pump that have gas cars. Normally I would just go around this car that's in front of me, but I have the trailer, so that's not really possible. Same with the other side. I can't do it on the other side either. This happens every single time I come here. Coming to get fuel at this station, which is by far the cheapest by nearly 40 cents in town. Thank you, Sam's Club. It turns into a 30-minute ordeal because I have to wait for somebody to get out of the diesel line. I know they don't live the life, they don't understand the life, but I really wish that it was just common knowledge that there are only X amount of diesel pumps at a fuel station. Please use all the others, especially when all the others are open. I'm not kidding, somehow it happens every time, but that's my biggest pet peeve. I guess at the end of the day, if that's it, my life's probably pretty okay. 72 gallons takes a long time to fill up, and it's expensive. So Keegan's out actually driving my last 2 dumpsters for the day, and while he's doing that, I'm actually gonna pick up one of the shipping containers. We've got 2 of them sitting here at a business that used them to store some stuff while they were moving out, and now one of them's done, so we're gonna see which one it is. Got 2 of them side by side. Oh cool, I think we get to pick up the prettier of the 2, this one. Yeah, the lock's off of them. This must be it. Let's take a look. Oh, one-handed. Fun. Let's take a look at what we got. Not bad. Gosh, man, these things get hot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we get to awkwardly load this. I don't have my tripod with me, so unfortunately you won't really get to see too much of how I'm gonna load this. Hopefully it's drama free. Of course it won't be, but I'll get this picked up and kind of move on to the next thing. Notice how tight I had to fit it onto their property line. I'm probably gonna have to jump that curb and put it on here, but we'll make it work. Whew. If you saw the video when we actually dropped this off, we dropped it off with the bigger truck, so it was a little bit interesting to haul this trailer around with a smaller truck, and now we'll see if it has the grunt to pick up this container and haul it away. It'll definitely look funny. Redneck engineering at its finest. I love redneck engineering. Oops. Come on, Hooky Hook. Where'd you go? Trying to do everything one-handed for your viewing pleasures. There we go. After that, pull it through. Get it on one of these little loops. that. Do it to the other side and start dragging her on. Well, that looks broken. Woohoo! Come on, hook. There we go. Center-ish. Taunt. Let's get this truck in neutral and lined up. Just gotta get that shoe up here. After that, oh, not quite. We don't want to jump this rail over here. We're gonna literally push it. I'm pushing it on straight. Leverage is interesting. There we go. Now after that, we're gonna back it up a little bit. We're actually gonna back under it and stop using this cable. This cable will get used at the end when we actually want to pull it tight. Look at that. Easy. Now, we pull her in straight. Helps if we put some WD-40 on these rails, that moves way faster. So it'll pull in the rest of the way. All right, she's loaded, ready to go. We put some binders on it, just so, you know, it's not really the perfect setup here. I don't usually bind these, but I did it here. And then I got one strap on here. I want a little bit of room to do the second one, so I really have to just get this about 3 miles down the road. After that, I'm gonna get this thing bound up before we take it to the next customer. So, awesome. I think they're gonna keep this one for like another 6 months, so I guess that one will keep cash flowing and this one will move on. Oh, make sure you keep your stuff charged, boys and girls, otherwise you'll have a bad day. Ugh. There we go. I always love driving these things, you know, on this trailer with a tiny truck, because most of my trucks are, you know, short, so it looks so cool. It looks like just like a tiny little semi. But honestly, guys, that's probably going to be it for now. I'm just like a little update of what's going on. I'm just trying to keep up. I've got some parts coming for this bad boy. Like I said before, it's a pretty good truck, but underneath of it, we've got a catalytic converter. You can't see what I'm talking about. We got a catalytic converter. We've got like 2 mufflers. So this bad boy's choking. So might have used a credit card and I bought some parts, but we're taking care of a couple things that just need to be done. We're gonna put a 4-inch exhaust all the way from turbo to the back. Outside of that, I'm gonna get a cold air intake, or as a lot of you guys like to call a hot air intake. I know they're not truly cold air intakes, and do they work? I don't know, but you know what they do? They sound cool. I love the way they sound. So I got one of those. I love the one I have on my other truck, so I got one on this one. Ooh, this hood's kind of heavy. And then I got a little bit of an issue that I need to take care of, and man, does it suck. Take a look at this. So this one actually kind of confused me at first, because if you look top to bottom, that sure looks like I'm gonna have a horrible turbo issue, right? Holy crap, oh no, my turbo. And you look around here though, no oil. I've got a little bit of an overheating issue too, so I'm like, what is going on? And it's only when I tow something really heavy for a really long time, but I'm like, all right, why is the oil going straight up? There's no oil in my airbox. There's no oil coming out of the sides like some of you guys might have every once in a while. So I'm like, where is all the oil coming from? Well, I found it, and it is a mess. So take a look at this. This was pretty interesting. horrible design flaw. Love the Cummins motor, but this was just dumb. All right, so down in there, oh man, we'll never get this to actually look good. Let's take a look though. See that bad boy right there? Looks like a water bottle, which actually even looks like it has little holes in the side of it. Yeah. All right, now see where that is. Now, zoom out. We've got the fan here, the radiator fan. So what happens is that is a crank case oil filter or oil vent catch can. Wow, that was a mouthful. So basically what happens is the oil from the crankcase starts to, go through that vent and it goes into that bottle. And when that bottle fills up, which nobody ever empties, it actually starts to pour out of the sides, uphill, downhill, it overflows. And what happens is it hits that fan right there, and then that fan sprays a nice little pattern up here. So when I'm under a heavy load or I'm going down a hill, that's what's happening. And to make it even worse, my overheating issue is probably because it has like coated the inside of my radiator like crazy. There's just oil all over the place by the radiator. So if I had to guess, the overheating is probably happening from the radiator just almost being toast. So, oh, sorry honey, I'm gonna need to get a new radiator. Yeah, the only ones they make anymore are Mishimoto dual flux capacitor, 3 layers of perfectly cooled temperatures. I don't know. You guys should give me some ideas though, because I honestly think I'm gonna do a segment where I start to actually build this truck using another credit card. So as you know, I actually bought this truck with a credit card. I then transferred that balance to a 0% interest credit card. And then honestly, I had such a crazy good month that then I just paid it off. I paid off the truck. So the truck's paid off, and now I have the 0% interest credit card that's good for like 18 months. And yeah, there's some equipment. We're gonna actually update the shop with some new garage doors, some new windows. Those are things I'm gonna do, but it's got a nice balance on it, or a limit. So what I think we're gonna do is do a segment where I actually build up this truck a little bit into a big old tow pig. So drop in the comments what you would, especially if you're a big 5'9" guy, do to turn this into a tow pig. I don't care if it's just out there. I don't care if it's bigger turbos, bigger injectors, bigger, whatever. And I'll just kind of look in and research things, and heck, if it gets enough attention, we'll just keep going crazier with it, and we'll have just the most ridiculous tow pig there is. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know anything I should know, or this absolutely needs to be changed on this, or like the one mod that was just a game changer for you if you had a second gen 24 valve. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hope to catch you on the next video, and like, subscribe, follow, keep commenting on these things. I love making these videos. I love hearing from you guys, letting me know that this stuff might be helping you or sparking ideas for your own stuff. Catch you next time.